Hey friends, welcome to Sabbath School Daily, where we have been studying from this lesson right here, 3 cosmic messages. Today we're starting a brand new lesson, which is lesson number 6, which has the title, The Hour of His Judgment. And today is Sabbath Afternoon's lesson. Now, before we get into the lesson itself, I'd like to read for you our memory verse that says, "And do this, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now our salvation is nearer than when we first believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand." And that comes from Romans chapter 13, verse 11 and 12. Now, what I like about Sabbath afternoon lessons is that they're really short. Usually the author goes with a story, a quote, something to illustrate what the lesson is going to be about during the week. And the story that he used today was about a fire that broke out in Yellowstone National Park. And when the rangers were going over the debris, the burnt trees, and they were just going over to see the extent of the damage, one of these rangers found a dead bird, a burnt up bird at the base of a tree. And when he investigated, he saw that under that dead bird, there were 3 little baby birds. So it was the mother bird and then her little babies. So the truth is that she could have flown away and saved herself, but if she had done that, she would have been condemning her babies to die. So she stayed there, protected them, died for them, and because of that, they could live even though she made the ultimate sacrifice. And so the connection that is made is that that is precisely what God did for us. You know, friends, sin is a human problem. But once God decided to forgive sin, sin became God's problem. One of my favorite verses in the entire Bible, if not my favorite verse in the Bible, is 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 21 that says this, "For he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might become the righteousness of God in him." So the depth of this text is extraordinary. This text is saying that God made him who? Jesus, who knew no sin, who had no sin, who contained no sin. Jesus was blameless, upright, pure. Hebrews chapter 7, verse 26 says that he is our high priest. He is immaculate, holy, separate from sinners, placed in the highest of heights. Jesus is pure, magnificent, and yet God made him who knew no sin to be sin. So that's just extraordinary. That is incredible that the one who knew no sin became sin. All right? He became sin for us. That's what the text says. So that we might become the righteousness of God in him. So the beauty of the judgment hour is that we see this juxtaposition. We see the swap. We get what Christ had, and Christ took on what we were. And so throughout this lesson, we're going to see the connection between God saving us, God forgiving us, and judgment, right? His judgment hour has come. Why did Jesus have to die on the cross? For judgment to be completed, or for judgment to be, initiated? Well, we're going to talk about that and much more throughout this week. So please stick with us. Please remember to like, to share, and to subscribe to these videos. Remember to study your lesson. I hope to see you again here tomorrow for another study of Sabbath School Daily.